Hi, Scorpio. What a mood Libra season has been already for me here where I am. I don't know about you, but we're just gonna like recap a little, and then I'm going to do this. Okay, so what this season shows you is the imbalance between how you appear and how you're acting, how you think you're acting as to how you are actually moving. And there is a part of you, I'm going to move these things while I talk to you. There is a part of you that now knows that you've been waiting for this information from Venus and Scorpio. And this information brings along an insight from what you've been attached to. And maybe you'll notice that this has been something that has come up, and maybe you'll realize how grateful and lucky you are to have been able to see this pattern, regardless of what you went through, because only you can have your life, right? Here's the center. And this rebirth needs you to address what you have needed to psychically, what you've needed to acknowledge about what you know deep down, some things that you've been questioning. You've received answers to before, but because you were too attached to them at that point, in terms of you weren't able to truly feel the power of them. You can only feel them as far as you can feel them at that point. You know, it just is what it is. And this brings you to this moment in eclipse season where you become very aware of what it is that you're being called to. You might even notice it's while you're in a group, while you're with people, especially if it's around any of the moon cycles, so the 2nd or the 17th. You may be revealed to, and it becomes so clear where this has been heavy within your mind, even your heart, and now the independence that you feel. The ego death was the last thing preserving you from moving in this direction that you've been approaching for some time. And it's the way that you feel secure within yourself, secure within your desires, secure within your emotions, and how accurately they have represented you. This will give you a lot of power. And you'll notice also this time will be a very powerful time where you'll notice that you are not just swinging the swords. You are not just weighing things out. You're really seeing things through. You're really, again, trusting that instinct. Venus moves into Sagittarius the day of the full moon, interestingly enough. And that will be in your 2nd house of resources. So from now until then, until the 17th, you're seeing and noticing the deeper your connections are, the deeper it's revealing who you really are to yourself, how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself, your intuition. You know, the 12th house is making an appearance here. And in the midst of the eclipse, you find with these connections, a lot is revealed to you about how capable you are, how strong you are, and how much you would like to move into action now. But you'll need a lot of rest. So this will be out right before the week of the eclipse, and I highly recommend taking all the rest you need that week, whatever that looks like for you. Really getting into the inner child. Again, the muscular system. This is also your hip. My hip just cracked on the way down, so I'm going to bring it up. I've been working through some stuff myself, but you may find that you feel more balanced too in that area the more that you move forward. It is to do with moving forward. You may even feel releases in that place because you feel very secure within your ability to be decisive. Now, if you find yourself going back and forth, or you find yourself at ease in this place, right? It's the Four of Swords, so what's clarifying that is the Hanged Man. How interesting. So the message that you get has the possibility to become something very, very important in your life. That if you can tend to your financial, emotional security and realize how linked it is, and realize that you can do, or what you may want to think about doing, is something you feel good at without feeling like attached emotions to, meaning like your ego isn't attached to it. You may like, and that for some people that's their creative passion, but maybe yours is meant to become something more and you didn't know, you didn't realize. Hold on one second. The background noise was just a little loud. Wow, okay, road signs in the dark. People in your life, there's a Sagittarius, if there is a Virgo, if there's a Gemini, this could also be you finding luck in the Gemini area of your house. Houses are Scorpio rising. That would be your mental health. We were just talking about that, like your health. Has to do with your emotions. Well. More luck comes to you when you focus on your mental health, when you focus on your well-being. More money comes to you, other people's resources as well. You may want to, this may be a good time to expand your idea of where you make money and how you make money and your thoughts on that. And in those communities and communicating to those people, because that is directly related. Virgo is in the 11th house, so that is where you find good fortune. How about it? Trusting your natural instinct to have conversations with certain people, and trusting that it's not weird, trusting that there's a mutual feeling, or that someone will also tell you if they're not feeling interested or whatever. But you may also, it may be around when Venus moves into Sagittarius that you become very aware of the connections that you have, and you feel so much more connected to yourself in a way that, again, brings a deeper form of freedom that you didn't realize that you needed. It frees your mind in a way that you didn't realize it has been maybe bound to all these other ideas of you. And what you know now can see is that putting energy in the right kind of energy, the way you approach your work, the way you approach any work, anything, work on yourself, work if you're an artist, or if you're creating something, or even a strategy, make sure you notice the energy that you're giving it while you're in there. You may also be offered a way. You will feel abundant the moments that you are in that energy. What do I mean by that? You feel detached from your ego and from who you are and who you're becoming, and you feel more attached to the enjoyment and the ability to fuel your life in a way that feels possible, and in a time where you feel maybe so much love even. clarifying Leo energy, Aries energy, and Scorpio energy. So Scorpio is your first house, Aries would be your sixth house, and Leo would be your 10th house of career. So it looks like work. For some of you, this is much about work and working towards, and how you work towards it, the energy that you're putting towards it, what is getting in the way of you, trusting that that this is what how you're meant to make money. And the Death card is about finding yourself through this feeling stuck within your body, within your own circumstances, and now you get to transcend that and speak to that. You may even begin to talk about your story. Your career may involve you sharing moments in your life where you may not have known that you were stuck, but you were doing something and you're getting yourself out of a place. And then when you have known and you're speaking to that place, is also the way that you move forward now, and in that way, and not being as attached, and knowing that life is moving for you and with you, and feeling fortunate in that way. Your role is changing in terms of also in how you speak up for yourself, and in doing so is leading you through whatever and wherever has been feeling stagnant at this time. Speaking to that place. So sometimes doing the thing we need to do in the way that we want to do it, not the way that we have known, not the other ways that we've been told. It's how we want to do it, right? And you speaking from that place is helping and shaping more of this rebirth, and where you've been attached to, and where your money has been stuck as well. And here's more Leo energy, which is your career, your public roles. You need to go through this in order to have the strength. So just trust this process. You're gaining the strength that you need, the heart, the compassion. This is the way forward. This isn't just now and then you revert back to being harsh or being overly assertive. That is cause for another moment. But right now, there is an integration needing to be had, and it could have had. This situation could be something you needed to say to a Leo as well. Weirdly enough, I don't know what it is, or a conversation or a communication, or they're a part of the attachment, the memory, what's been stuck in your muscles, perhaps your heart, what's been stopping you from opening your heart even more and trusting is had to do with the situation, and that's what's caused you to stay stuck in your psyche. Oh wow. Okay. And it's possible that when Mercury was in Leo, you had this realization, but it also can be when Mars moves into Leo, but that's not until your season as well. So we'll take it for, this is just the insight that you need to propel you forward. This is shifting you from feeling like you, realizing how much you have, to realizing how much more you can have if you focus in on the skills that you have that are important, again, the ones that you can feel like you can nurture and grow while also doing something else, or while also trusting this capacity. And for others of you, this could have to do with a Libra or Taurus, very Venusian. Something can change. You could be working with a Sagittarius even. Venus moves into Sag around the full moon. I don't know. This is you really owning your skills and feeling powerful and fertile. For some of you, you may want to grow your life in some way. It could be with children as well. Yeah, your partnerships. Also, Scorpio rising, this is your 7th house. Your partnership this is revealing something that that you've needed to connect in the partnership that you have now. It may make you feel even more secure, and it's just something that comes out. And it may be together, it may be something that is needed at this time to make maybe you guys feel even stronger, perhaps. Something of that sort. During this time that you feel good, you could also be moving for some of you. This could be a time where you find yourself moving, and because a better opportunity comes along with this feeling secure within your partnership, which of course may test you, but ultimately realize that this is where your life is meant to go at this time, with Uranus in retrograde in Taurus too. It's making you trust your nervous system more. I was actually pulling this from over here. Your nervous system more, which is your emotional body. Again, this connection that you're having, to trust that, to feel sturdy in your emotions. And that's what this season has been guiding, and this is what this has all been about, is for you to be able to see, accept, and understand that what you're being shown is what you're needing to see for yourself and to see as yourself. Where you may have picked up things at one point, how that related to how you communicated to, if you have siblings or the closest people around you, and how that stemmed from how you were cared for. You're beginning to connect this in a way that is going to help you own your authenticity even more. Your things coming up in the subconscious is really helping you navigate your security. It's bringing up different points to help you navigate your security within yourself, and may allow you to have your independence and not carry such a weight of that, and trust that you've always had guidance, that you are guidance. And you can feel and sense deeply within yourself that you do know, and something is coming to you. And you right now, it's about living your life, controlling what you can, letting go of what you cannot. You may feel very powerful within yourself. You may want to have like some fun with it, like maybe have fun manifesting some things, having some interactions. Interactions may feel lighter as Venus moves into Sagittarius. Most of the season, and the whole first part of and into the mid-month, you know, there is some shit to get through, some feelings to be had, but the more that you can keep yourself down to earth, yet like absorb maybe the fogginess, or let yourself feel through and move slower, you may find that your instincts become very sharp. And there may be an Aquarius that you want to connect to as well. For others of you, this is about connecting to someone else who feels very much on the same page, similar frequency. A few cards just fell, hold on. And also how you feel more in control now. In control of your situation, in control of how you can direct your mind into knowing that whatever doubts you're having, and where you feel unable to hold up any kind of wall to that, you know, maybe it's Mercury and Libra in the 12th house, but whatever you're needing to think about, you may want to direct energy right towards it, because we have them too. Then we have the cards in between, this Wheel of Fortune. You may need to go through a few things to feel lucky and safe enough to receive where you will be going next. and how you'll be directing this energy, but the independence will help you feel more in control for sure of your life, and feeling how your luck can mysteriously appear in these ways of feeling, especially when you feel very settled within yourself. You'll have these moments of realizing how a situation had you at one point feeling in your head too much, and realizing that putting the energy there was not good for your mental health, not for your mind. And maybe seeing things in a way where you are light, feeling free, feeling worthy, and what that feels like, and how. And I think the reason why you need to take the time it takes is that you probably haven't felt this in a very long time, but this Aries energy around the full moon is going to provide you a very straightforward view. You might even watch something that draws your attention in, or you're reminded of, or you have a really great conversation, maybe. But you realize the more that you care for this part of yourself, the more that you can direct your energy where is needed, realizing that it won't always feel like this, maybe a strain, but the fact that you can focus your energy in this place where you're then able to work in a way that is on your own terms. You know, you may not have realized how much you have been maybe defending your position, maybe even in your mind for so long, and then all of a sudden, you know, it feels unnatural to maybe let all this go. And this came up before. So very much be listening and be ready to talk. But be certain and trust that whatever is coming down, whatever boundaries are coming down around you, whatever is coming in your head where you feel like you need to defend yourself, letting go and just being with the feeling the best that you can. And knowing that's how you find that control within the feeling. It's like they're trying to focus on something here, but these are the mental obstacles all getting in the way of whatever it is that you're trying to create. And you realize that through this, you can really bring the Ace of Swords and say, hey, like, this is enough. I'm worthy of setting myself free. And I feel the power within me and the magic within me and the ability to really accumulate a lot of power and direction right now. And then your season comes and it's a huge opening for money. And so feeding your dreams, feeding that energy in all ways, shape, and form right now is the way to go. Whatever's coming up in your 12th house is giving you access to what's needed help in the 6th house. Love and money is connected. So the more that you feel energized with your work, the more you feel energized even in your connection. You may even find that you want to work together at some point. Either way, all of your desires are feeling less overwhelming and more like you're stepping towards them with every decision that you make, including the smallest ones. So just be prepared for the changes that you go through this month, and to be able to set yourself free from anything that has kept you, bound you from your own good luck. It's time to find yourself lucky and in places where, and you have to be able to recognize that you're in those places too, which is why this is demanding your security and your attention. Because then you can actually give to what's real instead of all of these ideas in your mind. You can give to something real. you know? So excited. And then your season, I see money, but there's responsibility. I see, no, I'm kidding. I'm sure there will be a lot to communicate by that time. A lot is being communicated. You're also learning a lot by how others are reacting. You know, you're observing, but you're especially observing yourself and how that affects your relationships. And the sun being on the bottom. Enjoy yourself. Feel into the security that you feel to be able to express your vulnerabilities with the right people at the right time, Scorpio. Trust yourself. We'll see you next time.